So, yeah,
Okay.
I think it's harder,
Okay.
and therefore, and you need to practice at it. So,
Okay.
go right from there.
Okay.
Remember one thing. You have a chromatic there from that high G. Now, the earlier chromatic, 3 lines earlier, was sort of quasi-cadenza. So you could start slow, you can go faster, you can do whatever you want to really with that earlier chromatic up to the high D.
Yeah.
You know where I am?
Yeah.
What I'm referring to? Okay.
Yeah.
But the one from the high G is in tempo.
Okay.
So that has to be in one speed and one tempo, and it's your 8th note speed.
Yeah.
And then when you do the 16th, remember that you have to keep the same 8th note speed that you established after the high G.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes. Yes.
So make sure those 8 notes are
With
consistent.
the rhythm. Yes. Okay.
Exactly.
I gotta use the metronome a little bit more here.
Yeah, I think that's maybe my first concern about this.
Yeah.
Is that one other little thing about fingers. Now, can you see if I push this down a little bit? Can you see my fingers a bit?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. The motion of the fingers is like a lifetime study. And Marcellus was correct when he said it's not always about how light you can make it, because as I said earlier, you can skim and then that is also not effective, not efficient. But when you keep the light, one of the things that you want to look at in the mirror as you stand in front of a mirror or sit in front of a mirror and you sort of have one eye on the music and one eye on the fingers, especially when you're doing something like Etude number 18, which you know pretty well anyway.
Yeah.
One of the things you're looking for is not only the lightness with which the fingers goes down and comes up, but it has to have a little soft snap to it. And so when you get soft, you don't want to lose your snap. Now, the snap is especially important as you're lifting the finger, because you're lifting against gravity, even when your planet is at this position, so that it's at the right angle to your embouchure. It's still, the lift is still against gravity.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas the drop is aided by gravity. You want a soft snap that is the same speed up as down. Many people, in fact most people if they haven't thought about it, will drop faster than they lift. It makes sense. On the lift you don't have the benefit of gravity, on the drop you do. So as you're looking at your fingers and we're attempting to really refine their motion, you, for technical things, want them soft and easy, but as you're practicing that technical passage slowly, work on a sort of a smart, snappy lift. You see what I'm saying? When I was in the military, they told us to look smart. And it meant that we would move in a kind of a nice, snappy kind of motion. Then you would look smart, right? And it's the same way with fingers. They have to lift in a snappy, smart way. Okay? And I would guess, since your tendency is to grab a little bit, that that your drop is maybe twice as fast as your lift. So that's one of the things you're going to be looking at as you practice in front of a mirror. And a mirror is tremendously valuable for your finger development. Okay? So do a lot of work with metronome on this one, and I think everything else I've talked about.
Okay.
Remember one other little thing at the very beginning of the piece, and it happens again when the theme recurs like 5 lines before the end. Remember that the A to the G on the second bar is an appoggiatura. The F sharp has to crescendo to the A, and the G is softer than the A. So you start you're really going to that A, and you're really coming back on the G. And the G can continue to diminuendo during its lifespan a little bit if you like. But the A has to really be emphasized. Okay.
That's
and
the
things you're going to be looking at. Let's look right after that. We have the 16ths.
yes.
If you're looking at that mirror as you play, again, your fingers very, very light and easy, but with a little soft snap. So they feel so easy, and there's no grab over the top rate.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so that's all that occurs to me right now. I think they're both very, very good. I'd love to hear that you do both of them again.
Okay.
But also number 20 is a terrific etude. And you can start working on that one if you would like to.
Yes.
I think, have you looked at it at all?
I actually have not. I don't think.
20 is one of the great ones. So I would suggest for next time you see me in a couple of weeks or whatever, that you play 18, 19, and 20.
Okay.
Okay, great. Now, you would like to play some of your solo piece.
Okay. Yep.
Okay.
I'm trying to enlist Tito to do a music -1 piano kind of recording.
Okay.
So I have something to play along with.
Good.
I'm not sure how it's going to work out or if it will work out, but anyway, that's...
The biggest problem she's going to have, I would guess, in the first page,
Yeah.
when to make the chord change.
Yeah.
To go to that C that she's got
I
on
yeah.
your 4th line.
Yeah.
And so that may not quite work. You may want to just go from your high D, the second line before the end, and just have her come in there. Because I mean, you can play the first note on your own piano, and then play the second note also on your own piano whenever you want.
Yeah.
Or I don't know. You might try it. You might try it and give her a number of seconds between.
Yeah. What I thought...
So you would start.
Yeah.
You think, okay, the first half has to be here, and then you play,
Yeah.
and you watch the second hand go around your clock,
Yeah.
and say, okay, 17 seconds later,
I
want
gotta...
Tito to play that C.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then 12 seconds later, she has to get to the high, or to the chords that accompany your high D.
Yeah,
And
exactly. Yeah.
And then you know how long will all take.
Actually, if she tries it, then I can always cut that part out, I suppose. But what I was going to do is play my side, my part,
Yeah.
and then
Make recording.
and then she can listen to it somehow, and then record it on. While she's listening to it, she plays along with me, and then she just records, like she listens in the headphones.
Yeah, right.
And then so she plays along with that, but we just record her track.
Yeah, okay. That would work.
That would at least put me in the range, or her in the range of my tempos and timing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to try to not say anything except maybe at the end of each section. How's that?
Alrighty. And we have time to do this?
Yeah, we have about nearly 20 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, all right. Now, a couple little things. The sound that I hear from the transmission here is, I know, not as clear as I would like it to be. But I don't hear your articulation. For example, especially after your F sharp on the fourth line, the beginning of the fourth line, when you're coming in on piano, I don't hear you tonguing on the low B flat, tonguing on the C, tonguing on the D, E flat, tongue, F sharp, G, A, B flat, C sharp. They're all articulated. And that articulation really does help with the building of this whole dramatic edifice. Now, it doesn't have to be strong. It's just what we call a colorful articulation. That your tongue is used at the beginning of those little slurs, and it does color the note. They're not accents, and there's no break between the last note of the slur and the tongue of the first note of the next slur. There's no break, but it is colorful. And not only is it colorful, but as I say, it really helps you build your drama. And then I do think, where the C sharp is, 1, 2, 3, 4, fourth line for the end, you have the little rest after the C sharp. I do think the E, G, B flat A, has to seem vehement in some way. So this time I felt it was not quite loud enough. And remember to start really counting your eighth notes on the high D half note. 1, 2, 3, 4, rest, D, or whatever your tempo is. But you have to make sure that you have a moment that you're really getting your tempo happening right at the beginning of the D.
Yes.
Okay? I would like to hear you do it again because I want to make sure that I can hear your articulations.
Yeah, you got me on that. I think I was worried more about notes today.
Yeah, and also the F sharp fourth line. That is tongue. That eighth note F sharp first note of the fourth line.
Oh.
That's a tongue note. Did you tongue it?
We had changed that to slur.
No, we didn't. No, we never.
I changed it to slur.
Misunderstood.
Misunderstood
No, that
you.
has to be tongue.
I misunderstood. I misunderstood.
Not a harsh tongue or anything like that.
No, a colorful articulation.
Colorful tonguing. That's all you need there.
Okay, all right. I somehow had written that.
No, I had
It was tied.
chastised you before.
My mistake.
About
Yeah.
slurring it and telling you to tongue it, and I think that maybe you got it mixed up or something.
Okay. Do the page.
Yeah, the page, please. Okay, for a second.
Is that
I
accent?
know that the sound I get is not as realistic as I'd like it to be, but it does sound accented.
Yeah.
And I wonder if you can just think of a big, rich, round, beautiful sound that doesn't have an accent at the beginning of the note. articulation also does define the direction of where everything's going. You tongue the high B flat, then you tongue the A, and then tongue the A flat, G, F sharp,
Yeah.
F natural, E. All of those are tongued, and that's showing the audience really where everything's going.
Yes.
Otherwise, it can be a kind of incoherent mess,
Yeah.
especially if it's played a little too fast, which you're not doing.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? They
Yeah.
have that really important function. So can you do that one more time and just make sure without overdoing it that we really do hear the B flat, A flat, G, F sharp, etc.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Think of the back of the mouth nice and open. Yawn before you do it.
Oh God.
No.
Well, let me
No,
start
it's
again.
A natural.
Yeah, let me just start again.
Yeah. And then one little thing. The thing that's going to help you the most on this is just looking ahead.
Yeah.
Because you know the notes. Just
Yeah.
get your eye ahead. Right, good. Now, would you write on the very beginning during the rest there, just yawn or something? Can you remind
Okay.
yourself to yawn?
Mm-hmm.
Because when you do that, your low G is a better quality, and it affects the rest of your notes as well.
Yeah.
Just have a nice yawn at the beginning.
Gosh damn it. Okay.
Okay, so let's go from the D after the F sharp, please. At D, you missed it before. Before the high D, look at the 6 notes before it. It's D sharp, D, E, G, B flat, C sharp. It's
The E or the
Missing
D?
that
The D.
the D. Right.
Yeah.
Now, can you go right after that 16th note rest, E, G, B flat, A? And I think you really can be a little slower there so that you can speed up.
Uh-huh.
See what I'm saying? A little bit of and then you can move from there.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm getting a pencil.
And that tiny bit of slowness at the beginning of it allows you to be a little more vehement in sound. Dee-do-do-dee-do-do-do-do. As if you really, really mean it.
Yeah, I started too fast.
Yeah. And better, go on. Let it go on the E before you
lead into the trill.
Lead in. Dee-da. That's what your air needs to do before any repeated note. Make sure you get a G natural. You're still stopping the air. Dee-da. Much better. Can you do it again? Much better. No, you're stopping. It's like, look, at this moment, you have to feel that you're an 8-year-old kid riding his bicycle, and you're going down a big hill, and you're taking your hands off the handlebars. Dee-da-da. Go into it, and don't control. Before the trill, and do another crescendo the next line on the D before the D E flat trill.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, and don't let up before you use your time.
Yeah.
Remember, this is one of those great fundamentals. I hate to harp on it, but one of the great fundamentals is that whenever you're slurring and you're going into an articulated note, you always speed up the air into the articulated note. Always. And it feels like, I'm telling you to do everything in a cookie cutter kind of fashion, but I'm not. Because what happens if you don't speed up that air, you will get a break.
Mm-hmm.
And you as a performer don't hear the break so much, but the audience always hears it like crazy. Okay? So there's certain things that have to be fundamentals that you always do, and they don't limit your musicality. Do you see what I mean? Okay, let's go on. You want to do a little more? We have 5 minutes.
5 minutes. I'm thinking about skipping over the largo.
Okay.
But what do you
Allegro?
Yeah, I mean, do you?
It's up to you. Mm-hmm. No, you're taking the lesson.
All right.
It's up to you.
All right. Let's just plow through. We'll plow through.
What we were just working on the first page.
Yeah.
And then you have and B flats at the end of the line.
Yeah.
Again, crescendo over the bar line.
Yeah.
You see, it's the same concept. And this is a contest piece. It's filled with things like that to make sure that the player understands these fundamental concepts. But nobody writes them down. That's why you take lessons. You see what I mean? It's exactly the same thing. Okay, this has all been very good. I just want you to go to G, F, URM, and sing over that bar line. I mean, a little softer if you can. One little thing about your trill.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what it's really doing, you have, if you're looking at the line before, we have to the end of the line, end of the bar, I mean. So what I do, since it's the same thing, do you understand?
Yeah.
The line before you have D. Yeah, so I don't go to the trill right away because it's just following the sequence. The sequence has been.
Yeah.
Then I put the trill in. You see?
Got it.
All right.
Delayed, kind of a delayed trill.
Just a little bit, just so we really hear the note before we make the trill.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I just want to. Can you see? Is there any way you can see my fingers?
Yeah.
I'm going to turn this down just a little bit. Okay. There. Now you can see a little bit. I want to see you. One of the things that I'm seeing today is you're going over the break. My motion is just that. And I'm seeing you hit a bit from a distance. And that's one of the things that's making your going over the break more difficult. So as you're looking, again, you're looking at your fingers in the mirror as you play. Can you see that? I mean, it's just so small. That's what I was talking about. Your fingers get smaller and they get softer and they get dumber and they just take orders from other people and they don't have a mind of their own. That's just, that's all it is.